What's up guys, Sandeep here from the We Are Tearfund community. In a moment you're going to see the interview that I had the pleasure of having with Rachel Kerr. She's awesome guys. We spoke about bonding over both being from the Black country. We spoke about the theme tune of her life and what that would be. And we also heard from her about the highs and lows of being in the performing arts industry. Now this interview was part of Declaration Week, a week at the beginning of the year that we all spent praising God together as followers of Jesus. So before you carry on, hit that subscribe button, make sure you like and comment to tell us your thoughts, and enjoy the interview. Yes, Rachel.
Hey, how are you?
I've just been talking about you. You're finally here. Hi.
Hiya, how are you?
I'm good. I'm not too bad. How are you doing? I was just watching
I'm really
your
good, thank
panel.
you. I'm good.
I was just watching the panel that you was a part of for Decoration Week. Very good stuff.
It was so powerful. The women were so inspirational. And what was amazing was something that you couldn't even pay for. The atmosphere was just right.
Yeah.
Like we felt like we had known each other our whole lives. And even before we started filming, the conversation was already so deep. So I'm glad you guys got a chance to see just a snippet of what we encountered actually on the set. It was amazing. It was amazing.
I found out, I Googled you, right? I already knew who you were, but I was like, let me get some facts about Rachel just before we started. I found out that you're from Warsaw. So I'm like, you're from the Black country.
Well,
I'm also from the Black country. I was like, this is amazing.
I can't lie. When you were speaking, I was like, oh, home.
Literally, the accent,
Honestly.
isn't it? Can't lose the accent.
I honestly feel like the longer I'm here, the stronger my accent gets sometimes.
Yeah.
So there'll be times when I'll be speaking to people back home and my husband will be like, sorry, who was that?
Yeah,
who was that on the phone?
It's
because
when you're on the phone to someone and and then people are like, your accent just got so thick, and it's like, that's the real me.
I cannot help it. I cannot help it. But as I said, I love your accent. As I said, it's so good to hear.
But listen, Rachel, I got some questions for you. Now, just to ease you into the questions. But Rachel, if you could choose one song to play every time you walked into a room, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's a great question. If I had one song to play every time I walked into a room, what would it be and why? The spiritual side of me wants to say, atmosphere shift now. No, I'm joking. But what would it be? Oh, that's a great question. I think it would be anything with an Afro beat. Something about Afro beats for me. Every time I hear it, I'm like, listen, that's me all day. So anything rap and have a little bit of bottom step. You know what I mean? Any Afrobeat tune, that just gives me life and confidence. So listen, anything Afrobeat, that would be a nice entry.
I love it. I hope everyone watching this will now literally play an Afrobeat tune when you walk into a room.
Every time.
And if you could collaborate with any artist, past or present, who would it be?
Any artist to collaborate with?
Past or
there are
present,
so many. I'm really pleased. Sorry, I didn't get that one more time.
So past or present, it could be alive or gone, whoever.
Okay. I think, to be honest, I'm a big, massive fan of collaborating genres or mixing genres. So everyone knows I'm R&B, soul, gospel, you know, that's me. So I love the idea of collaborating with somebody like, I don't know, somebody like Sting, or there's an artist I love called Emily King. She's amazing. I love Burna Boy. I love the dude. So for me, I'm big on collaborating with genres. So it'd be people like that, just people who, not a traditional same genre as what you're doing, but somebody who gives a fresh and unique take. And I'm a massive fan of the chord progressions of Stevie Wonder. To this day, like even if you see my live sets, my live concert, I did a concert 3 years ago at the O2 Islington, which I was so proud sold out. And it was so amazing seeing the crowd jump when we did Stevie Wonder's line. You know what I mean? So
it gets going.
Those guys.
Okay, we've had a question come through from Michael. He said, who influenced you more, Karen Clark-Sheard or Mariah Carey?
That's a great question. I'm going to be honest and say Mariah Carey. I remember every school concert or every school talent show straining my vocals to be able to sing Hero with as much vigor and passion and range as her. Yeah. And maybe not at the time being successful, but I remember
but just going for it anyway, right?
Right. I remember listening and being so diligent with myself and being like, by fire, by force, I will hit this note. Yeah. Again, I can't tell you that I did. But I remember, yeah, growing up, Mariah Carey was definitely somebody who, just the range, just the power, yeah. Growing up, it was Mariah Carey. Probably now it's Karen, but growing up, it was Mariah.
I like that. You literally are the founder of Singer-Size, right? Where it's like your school where it's a music school from my understanding, right?
Yeah, the performing arts school, yeah.
So how has this all come together? Tell us about your journey from the beginning to now. Tell us about it.
Yeah, sure. Gosh, it's been an amazing journey, one full of trial and error, one full of bouncing back from failure, but one that has been a relentless pursuit of just being better. It's officially started, I mean, I'm not going to go to the very beginning because we'd be here for the next 30 hours, let alone 30 minutes. But I remember the beginning of Singer-Size literally was when I was fired. I was fired from our...
Oh my God.
Fired sounds really harsh. I was made redundant. But let's be realistic. When they make you redundant, they're firing you.
They're just paying you to be fired.
They said, Rachel, thank you so much for your service and good luck on your journey. So I was fired. And I remember saying to my manager at the time, like, okay, I mean, I came to London to be a commercial lawyer. I was really working hard in that regard, but I really feel like music is calling me. And at the time, so many doors were opening in music. I was nominated for a Mobile Award without even releasing any music. I was invited to do a world tour with some of the gospel icons of the century. And I remember all these doors were opening and I was thinking, I should really pay attention to this. Anyway, the opening came where they told me to go home. And I decided I'm going to start pursuing music. As I did that, I continued to get a lot of messages from singers saying, how do you do that? Like, that with your voice or that with your, how do you do that? Even my backing vocalists, like I took such pleasure in teaching them how to do certain things with their voice and their performance. And it became a passion as much as singing. And because so many people were messaging me and saying, you know, I just saw you at this show, I just saw you on this radio station. How can you help me? I thought, you know what, it'd be irresponsible of me to be given this gift and not find a way to help other people who were where I was maybe 10 or 15 years ago. So my manager at the time says, why don't you open up like a vocal school? Didn't know how it would look, never ran a business before. Thankfully, my manager had been in business for many years, so kind of showed me the ropes. And to see it now become not just like a tuition thing, but an actual school, an online school, where we have people in Japan, Australia, Egypt, and America, Europe, just so many people who have decided that, you know what, I've been given a gift, I've been given a talent, and have been so gracious in allowing us, myself and my team, to be entrusted with allowing that talent to be the best version of itself. And when I see the testimonies and the lives that have been changed by people who decide that, you know what, no more faking it or just relying on my gift. Now I'm going to make my gift excellent and start to use, you know, training to allow that excellence to come forth. So that's how Singer-Size came about. I mean, there's been, like anything that is successful in the end, there were tears, blood, sweat, but we thank God that I think the smartest thing we did was not quit. We didn't quit. When it didn't work, we tried something else. When it didn't work, we tried something else. And to see what it is today, I'm beyond humbled. It was not expected.
And there's something about the valleys as well as the mountaintops as well, isn't there? I've just been in the Peak Districts for New Year and we've been like doing loads of walks up and down these hills. But the valleys, you think, man, when you're in a valley, it's really difficult because it's colder down there. You've probably got more water that you've got to tread through and stuff like that. And we think, oh, the hills are the best bit. But actually, there's something about the valleys, isn't there? So having that on your journey, it's a humbling thing as well, isn't it? It makes it more worthwhile.
That's the thing. I think with the valleys, it's all about, one thing I've learned in life is that the biggest thing for me is character. I'm very big on a character. I know what it's like to be applauded. I know what it's like to be shunned. I know what it's like to be accepted, rejected. I'm so grateful though for all of those experiences because I feel like the thing that is very important for me is not for the world to be applauding and behind closed doors, my husband's suffering, my child is suffering, my family are like, you want to just a witch? Do you know what I mean? And I feel like
100%,
the music industry, there's such a focus on people being aesthetically talented and physically amazing. There's so much value on the exterior and sometimes superficial. But one thing I've learned, really sustained success and sustained peace is when you have character, when you know how to weather the valleys, the storms, and do so with integrity in a way that allows you to be better at the end of it. That's character. So even with singing side, one thing we do is, as much as we teach people their vocals, especially the people who are celebrities, we focus a lot on when this is over. In my song Hold My Hand, I say, when the applause stops, what then? Are you happy with the person you are? Are you happy with the people you have around you? Can you look in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm so proud of me. I'm not perfect, but I'm proud that I've decided to be more of what God wants me to be. When you do that, that's character, right? But that's only created in the ballets. So just to pick up on what you said, the ballets are everything.
I love that.